folks, welcome back to our coverage of the 2016 GAMA Trade Show in Las Vegas. I'm here with Thiago from Cool Mini or Not.
Yes.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you
and
for having
you've got not all of the non-Eric Lake games, but he has a good number of them, so let's get to it.
Yeah, just as much as I could carry over here. So tell me when to stop. I have a pile here waiting for us, and we'll just go through them.
If you're waiting on me, you're wasting time.
All right, let's go for it. So first off, I have Gekido Bot Battles. This is a brand new title developed by some Brazilian designers, and we've just given it the full CMON treatment, still in production. And I did bring here, one of the cool things about this thing is, this is a this is a robot battles game, like like the beginning of Big Hero 6.
Yeah,
you have all those little fighting robots.
Right.
So you're remote controlling your robot, and we are going for pre-painted figures like this.
Really?
Yeah, kind of like Crossmaster style.
Okay.
So out of the box, you bring your
Angle
robot.
these down for just a little bit
so
that people on the up top can see.
There you go.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and they all look very different. So it's an arena game where you each pick your robot and you're remote controlling it in a death match. So basically you have a small arena, 9 tiles, and each tile has a different strategic advantage. So maybe it's a defensive tile, or it hurts your enemy, or it recharges you. So you're moving around trying to gain your advantage. And you're rolling action dice, trying to get combos to activate your robot's abilities.
Okay.
So you're kind of doing like doing little combinations of controls.
Right.
Rolling, re-rolling, Yahtzee style. And when you go for a combination, you decide whether you want to go for the more powerful, harder to get combination, and if you fail, you get some damage or something, some drawback, or you can just go for the safe, weaker attack and all that.
Right.
But it has a very nice catch-up mechanic where, as you take damage, you can use your damage tokens to activate extra abilities in your robot. So the closer you are to defeat, the stronger you are.
Okay.
So it's like robots going crazy as they get punched down and torn to pieces, and it's just fun mayhem with some good strategy and just rolling the dice and trying for your luck and pushing your luck with the rolls.
Okay. So there's no really programming or anything like that going on?
No, it's not programming.
It's
like action dice allocation, trying to go for the strongest possible combo you want to risk going for, and just crushing your opponents.
That's cool.
So it will come with 6. There's 1 missing here. There will be 6 in the core box.
Okay.
It's a very neat game. We're really happy with the whole package, how it's coming out.
That sounds really interesting. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. And so what's your time frame on this?
This, I'm not too sure about it because we're still looking into the whole production of pre-painted and all that. So we are shooting for sometime this year, but I don't want to say it's anything closer than end of the year, but that depends on all production issues that we're still sorting.
So by the end of the year, hopefully.
Yeah, and that's the Gekido Bot Battles.
Cool beans.
It's one down.
One down. Next up.
Next up, we have a very
unusual
light
suspects.
Yes. This is a rather light, fun party-style game where basically you have a culprit, and one of the players, it's a cooperative game, so one of the players knows who the culprit is, and we basically line up a row of suspects. So let's say we have some suspects and we line them up, and only one person knows who is the culprit. So basically what the other players will do is ask questions to that person, and basically you know who is the culprit. So you know it's this guy over here. Right. No one else knows it.
Right.
So then we'll ask you, does he go to work by bicycle?
Definitely not.
So then we will eliminate who here we think goes to work on bicycle. So he looks pretty fit, so I don't think that's the guy. I think, who's more hip-hop, I think? Yeah, that's all I'm safe saying. So we'll just limit this one. This was a very safe thing, so we're not doing very well in the game. We're just limiting one. We're trying to eliminate as many as possible, as quickly as possible. Mm-hmm. And if we eliminate the culprit, then we lose the game.
Right.
So we're basically narrowing down until we only have the culprit.
Based only on the information that you're getting from here.
You can only say, you don't even say yes or no. You just show a card, yes or no, and that's that.
Yeah.
And based on that, just judging a book by its cover, we need to narrow down to the corporate. So you can imagine you create some interesting kind of judgments of people.
Yeah, definite profiling.
Yeah, it's not a very politically correct game, but it's a fun one.
Right.
I'd rather make a fun game.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and then basically what you're trying to do, so it's a cooperative game, so you're all trying to figure it out together, and you're trying to do it in as few turns as possible.
Correct.
So the more you can eliminate in one question, the better. And you can also kind of play it competitively, having 2 of these games going on at the same time, and each team trying to be faster than the other one, trying to narrow down to the corporate without losing the game. And
now, we've already been playing this game for a while now, so what's your rollout for coming over to the market here? What's your time frame for
this one is almost done. It should be Q2. It's just getting it produced. It's all finished.
Yeah, it's already finished.
Yeah, it's just printing and delivering, and that's that.
Very good. So Q2.
Yeah, that's
for
what
unusual suspects.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
And that's that. We have several small box games coming out. The first one you might know is the Grizzled we came out with last year.
Yes.
Huge success. Everybody loves it. So we're going further into that small box, light, cheap games, but still very good games with no miniatures and none of that. It's just
correct.
It's just cool games. First one is we have an expansion for the Grizzled.
Ooh.
Yeah, still using original Tigner's artwork and all that, and it's just giving more variety and more life and more control for the base game. So you need a base game to play it. It's an expansion, cheaper than the base game, and basically what it contains, the main feature is missions. So it's at your orders. It's the name of the expansion, and what it gives you basically is missions. So one thing with Grizzled is it's a very hard game.
Yeah.
So one thing that missions offer is that you can customize the difficulty of the game. So you have all these missions, and you have easy missions and medium missions and hard missions. So you can seed in as many of them as you want in terms of easy to hard to tune the game to your liking.
Okay.
And basically what it does is every round you go into battle, the control input, the first player, draws 2 missions, and he chooses one, the other one goes on top, so it will be up for the next mission as well. So this will affect the next round. So basically it could be like a good thing. So for example, during this battle, during this mission, whistles don't lose the game. So you can have as many whistles out there and you won't lose. These are the easy ones. And it also kind of determines the minimum threat of the mission, how many cards you need to give out to everybody.
Okay.
You can do more, but they have a minimum. You have also some hard missions that are basically an overall trauma. So like the mission starts with 1 snow out already.
Gotcha.
So it's already harder. And there are some different things that kind of shift things around. You have to pass cards without looking, all sorts of different effects that change up how you will tackle that mission.
Okay.
So that's the mission aspect. It adds all this variety, all these tweaks and difficulties. It also introduces 2-player mode with a kind of a bot player, novice, that just plays automatically, and it can even play it solo now. So it has support tokens that you don't know what the content is, so you can just play it by yourself, trying to defeat the mission before you. Okay. And one very nice twist to it is that it comes with these standees for your guys. And at first when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's neat. It's very good to have more of the artwork on the table. But what does it do? The thing is, it actually helps because when you go into the mission, everybody goes on the mission.
Right.
And as you retreat, you go back out of the mission, and that means you know who's in there, and you easily hide the traumas that are no longer affecting that round. Because sometimes you don't know, okay, is this in the mission? Is that in the mission? With this, all you see is what is actually affecting the mission.
Gotcha.
Everything else is hidden.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
It just looks very good. It adds to the feeling of the whole thing to have your guys out there and retreating and going back out there all together, or just.
It adds to the aesthetics, but it's also functional.
It's also mechanically useful, and just like the last one standing there, it's kind of sad. So that is the Grizzled at your orders.
Okay.
And that's also coming very soon, already in production, should be Q2 as well.
Q2.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. All righty. What you got next?
Another small box game, original design by a couple Brazilian designers as well.
Looters.
fun, wacky, cartoonish art, and it's basically a card game where you are all entering a dungeon and looting it. That's what you do.
Seems simple enough.
Yep, exactly. So what you're trying to get is coins, nice glittery coins. So
these are nice little skulls.
yeah, these are actually these are Arcadia coins. We're going to have
Okay, gotcha.
proper coins for them that are just designed for them. They're already done. I don't have just a lot of them.
Not yet.
So basically, what you're doing is you have a pile of looters, and you're going to be placing them, and they're going to be your guys who are going to loot the place. So basically, I'm putting down characters, and you're putting down characters as well. And these guys have their life, like 2 life or 1 life, and this is also their power. So on my turn, I can decide to use each of my guys to either go loot or attack all the other players. I can attack your mermaid with my Death Knight. So for example, he has...
Seems rude.
Well, it's not a very...
But it happens.
Not very knightly of it. But then I will roll as many life as he has, so the weaker he is, the closer to death he is, the weaker he is in terms of power in the game.
Right.
And he has his difficulty there, so it's that number or below, so he's very hard to hit anything. If I hit you, you take a wound, and you may die, and you're out of the game, so that prevents you from using her on your turn.
Gotcha.
Or I can just go loot the place, so I roll the dice to get coins. Each success gives me a coin.
Okay.
And you're basically going for 10 coins or 15 coins, depending on the number of players. But the thing is, all characters have interactions with other characters, and so when they play, they do different things. So it's a lot of mayhem going on as the characters are placed down, and you're attacking each other, and just you need to balance between trying to loot the place and trying to keep other people from getting too powerful, getting all their characters out, and doing all that stuff.
And these special abilities down here are what's going to help you do that?
Yeah, exactly. These are all going to do different twists. Like when I recruit this guy, I can force you to discard some cards.
Right.
Or like if I get combos like a witch and a frog, it does something different. So you don't want me to get that combo. So you better kill my witch before I get the frog. So all these kind of card interactions. And very confrontational, very easy, light, quick game.
Mean game, not nice.
Well, it's nice to play.
Well, yeah. No, I'm talking about the interaction.
No, yeah, it's a very mean game. It's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of very confrontational.
Right.
You're just grabbing the loot and killing anybody around you that's stopping you from doing that.
Mean doesn't mean bad. It means fun.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mean means fun. It's an interesting way to put it.
Okay.
All right, and
Ooh,
that
there's another
is-
big box over there.
We have plenty of big boxes and we have plenty of small boxes. My suitcase was full of boxes coming here.
All right.
Next up, we have Masmora.
More.
Dungeons of Arcadia. So this was a Kickstarter we just wrapped up. Amazing success. We did not expect it to do as well as it did. And this is basically a dungeon crawl set in the Arcadia Quest universe. So, yeah, okay, so it does come with some miniatures, not a lot of them, but it does.
Stand them up too. We'll stand them up too because they're probably zooming in.
Ah, okay. So basically what you're doing here in this game is exploring a dungeon. And it's a competitive game. It can also be played cooperatively. So we have both modes there. It can even be played solo. And what you're doing is exploring a dungeon, trying to get be the first one to gather a set amount of XP. So the dungeon is revealed as you progress. So everybody starts in a tile, and then you decide to explore. You go to the next tile, and something will come up, and then you might go to another tile, and this tile has a monster. The monsters are represented as printed dice in this game.
Yeah.
So you have 2 different levels of monsters. You have the minor monsters and the major monsters. And when you need to spawn one, you just roll a die, and there's a spider there. And this thing already tells you its attack strength, its defense strength, how much XP you get for killing it. So that's the monster, and you're going to try and attack it. Your actions are determined by action dice, which are these things here. So you go kind of Yahtzee style, roll some dice, decide what you want to keep, roll again, and this is what you have to do the stuff you want to do.
Only one reroll?
Yeah, only one reroll. Because
Okay.
the thing is, you have many options of what to do with this symbol, so 2 rerolls would lead to too much analysis paralysis, so we're just going with one. And then you're just going to find a way to deal with these things. So you get like melee symbols to attack that thing. If you use all range symbols, you get to kill it without it attacking you back. You can heal, you can walk more, and the neat thing is, as your character evolves, you get to unlock new abilities. So you can use combos of these things to place on one of your abilities to trigger something else and get coins and do all kind of different things. So as you gain XP, you unlock new abilities, you get to do more stuff with your dice as you're exploring the dungeon and killing monsters and getting XP and all that fun stuff.
So when you roll a melee attack, is there then something you have to roll to do the attack?
No,
or does this count as one hit? That counts as one
yeah,
hit?
this is the attack. So right now I have 2 hits. It has 4 defense. That won't be enough.
Right.
So I can maybe, like, if I have a magic symbol, I can use that to turn this into another melee. So now I have 3, and I throw in a range as well. Now I have 4. I kill this thing, but it's going to fight back with 2 because I didn't kill it ranged. So it just automatically goes like that.
So all the characters can do melee or ranged attacks?
Yeah, everybody can do anything. It's just each character has its own abilities, so some of them are better with this or that.
Right.
And you can unlock new things, and you can also collect treasure cards that will allow you to do different stuff. There is no direct player attacks against each other, but you can use treasure cards to kind of do a take that thing where you steal XP, you make monsters stronger so they kill your opponents and all that, move monsters towards them. And neat thing is all these heroes are compatible with Arcadia Quest, so you can bring them to that game. And we also have a pack that you can use to bring the Arcadia Quest heroes into Masmorra.
Oh, neat.
So they can kind of share in the same universe. We wanted to have as much cross-compatibility as possible.
So this is standalone, but it is compatible.
Yeah, it's a whole new game. It's not Arcadia Quest, but it's the same universe, so we wanted to make sure you could use the same heroes and just have them be in the same property, essentially.
Cool. So this Kickstarter has finished.
Yes.
And it was, of course, successful.
Very much so.
When are you looking at this hitting?
Yeah, this has still got a long production ahead, so this is looking like Q4.
Q4.
Yeah.
All right, so end of the year.
Yes, exactly.
All right, very cool.
I do have something I can't really show cards here.
Okay.
But we might as well just touch base on Zero Shift Dreadmire.
Cool.
So this is also a Kickstarter we did earlier this year. So this is a new standalone box for Xenoshift, and it's also compatible with the first one. So you can it can act as an expansion to that.
Yeah.
So it brings all new monsters. The Brood, which is not the bugs from the first one. It's more animal-like. So you have the Brood enemies with all new enemies, new abilities, new ways to bring you nightmares. Yeah, the designer really enjoys watching people squirm while playing the game.
I imagine.
So, and it also, of course, brings all new troops, all new equipment, all new ways to handle all that. Besides all this new stuff, in terms of new mechanics, what we have is basically the main thing is the weather effects. So each round, we draw one card to see what's the current weather. So it could be monsoon or night or fog. And this will change how the monsters act and how some of your equipment, what they can do. So you might have like a night beast that it's not that scary, but when it attacks at night, then it gets all these extra bonuses, so you're really in trouble. But maybe you have like a stealth suit that it's not that good when it's just fog, but when it's night, it gives you extra defense and all that.
That's very cool.
So you're always trying to play around the situation that you have, the weather that's affecting your wave. And react to that. And also we revamped the difficulty of the game, because one thing that people were talking about the first game is how the difficulty could spike early on in the game, and you could lose very quickly. So we kind of tweaked the difficulty of the game, so it's still just as hard, but it goes up a bit more gradually. Yeah, so you can prepare yourself, you can equip yourself better as the game progresses until the real everything hits the fan at the end of the game, not as you're still getting your bearings.
Right, exactly.
And besides Dreadmire, we also had an expansion for this second season, which was Immolation, in which you go to this fiery planet, and you have all new monsters, which are all kind of fire theme based, and you have this immolation mechanic where the heat goes up, and as the heat goes up, the monsters are able to do more and more stuff.
and more.
So and you can, depending on how you behave, the heat can go up or down. So you need to manage that, and the monsters can get more powerful. And also the same thing with your equipment, also affected by the heat, by the immolation level. So it's just new things to change up the game as the game progresses, so you're never quite sure how this particular round will play because it depends on all these different factors coming into that.
And your time frame for this one?
This one should be quite a quick production. It should be Q3, I think. That's what's expected.
Q3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Late
Very cool.
Q3, I think.
Late Q3. All right. Thank you very much, Thiago, for joining us.
Thank you very much. That was
very much appreciated.
That was a bunch of it.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you
Good.
very much.
You're very welcome. Thanks, you guys, for joining us. We'll see you on the flip side, y'all. Yeah.